So we do have a 563 score.
If I'm making a deal on your car, why can't you sign a bill of sale?
I will not sign the bill of sale.
The banks might not trust her, but Grandma does.
All right, Carlos, you ready for this one?
What you got?
I have a young girl here looking at our Acura TLX.
Okay. What's she trying to do?
She just put in an app, and she does have her grandma here in case she needs a co-signer.
All right, I'm going to take a look at it, see what you got, if I can get in the computer. All right, Kelly, what are you working with a down payment?
Looks like she has $700, and like I said, she does have her grandma here to co-sign.
Okay, probably going to need it. I'm assuming if she brought her here, so she already knows.
She brought her grandma just in case she needs her, which means she definitely needs her. And if $700 is all you can come up with for the down payment, financing any car is out of your budget.
So we do have a 563 score and kind of maxed out on everything. She does have an auto, so we're going to need grandmom, of course. You put the app in on the grandmom too?
Yes.
Let me just look at that and see what we have. Let's see. So, all right, we got a 640 score. Grandmom's definitely going to help, and grandmom definitely pays everybody. This is what we needed. 700 down, you're on the TLX, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Maxed out on everything, so why not borrow more? Her grandmother's score really isn't that much better, but at least she pays her bills. With her grandmother's score being that low, she really shouldn't be involved in this. It's just too risky.
Let's give this to Bridgeton, see what they come back with, and we'll give them some numbers. Callie, Bridgeton came through so freaking strong on this deal. 9.99%. On any other given day, she's definitely in the higher teens. So she needs to take advantage of this today. Because once they leave here, then, obviously these approvals go. But that's going to put her at $461 a month. Let's try to get it wrapped up.
All right, Carlos, I just closed her.
Her down payment really isn't that much higher than the monthly payment, so you know that's going to be a problem later on, especially with everything already being maxed out. There's a good chance her grandmother ends up paying back this loan, because something as simple as needing new tires is going to throw off her entire budget, if she even has one.
One of my favorite things about this job is getting to help people. And every so often somebody comes in who's really in a tight spot and they really need some help. And today we got to help a lady. Her husband had recently passed away and she was left with 2 vehicle payments that she could not afford. She had a Ford Ranger, she had a Ford F-150, and the payments combined were over $1,300 a month. With her husband gone, she could not afford that anymore. We're actually able to trade both of those vehicles in. She was a little upside down in each one of them, and we got her a Chevy Equinox, and her payment is $679. How did we do that?
How did we do that? The question should be, why did you do that? It would have made more sense to keep one of the vehicles and sell the other. Even losing a bit of money would have been cheaper. But instead, the solution to not being able to afford the cars was to finance a new one.
One, she went from 2 vehicles to 1. This lady did do a longer term, but that's because she lost her husband and that's all that she could afford financially. So for all of you that are going to comment and say, oh, you took her on the longer term, you did her a disservice. No, I worked with the lady to understand her needs, understand what she could financially afford to make sure she could make ends meet. At the end of the day, she no longer has $1,300 in vehicle payments. She's got a $679 payment, which is well within the budget she can afford. She's got a brand new vehicle under warranty. And even more than that, she's got a team of guys here that if anything goes wrong, we'll make sure she's taken care of.
It's always about the monthly payment, never about the total cost. Now she's got a brand new vehicle that dropped in value right away. Add in the negative equity from the other 2 vehicles, and overall she's in a worse position than before. It's a long-term loan she's stuck in for years, and somehow that's supposed to be seen as helping someone.
This lady was extremely grateful that we were able to get this done. She actually came in yesterday. We couldn't make it work. I spent all day this morning on the phone with the bank trying to get them to work with us so I could help this lady in need. When we called her, she was sitting in another dealership trying, and they weren't able to get it to work either. She came right over, and now she's in the finance office signing to pick up her new Chevy Equinox.
That should be a big red flag, a sign that it's a really bad idea. If the lenders are having trouble making the deal work, it's because the numbers don't work. Making the term longer drops the monthly payment, but it also costs you more in the long run. She shouldn't be thankful to overpay for something, and the dealer shouldn't be trying to pass this off as something helpful.
I got a customer. She has a recent repo. Bank statement says income. She's got a couple bucks down.
Well, we did something recently like that. The customer had a recent repo. As long as we have bank statements, I can...
No, she's got good cash flow in them. It's just a matter of, can someone give her a shot?
As long as we got 3 months bank statements, even if, if they get paid under the table, we can show. As long as it's consistently deposited into an account for 3 months,
This really just shows almost anyone can get approved. It doesn't matter your situation. You don't even have to be able to afford it. Repos, maxed out credit, bankruptcy. They'll still find a way to make the deal happen, but only at a huge cost to you.
We can average out the 3 months and use that as income.
Cool. Let me go email them to you, and then, so Paul, you got the bank statements and everything?
I got it. Everything looks good. I sent them over. Everything checks out. Let's do it.
On that Camry that she liked?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Payment's going to be mid-4s.
And that's just the whatever money she was giving us, no extra money down?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, go tell her the good news.
Cool. Awesome.
The good news is she's in debt, and all it took was 3 months of bank statements, with a repo still on her credit. It is not the best time to be financing a car. That's the time to save up and pay cash. Work on fixing the credit first, not taking on another loan.
Giving you a call about this Chevy Spark that you inquired about?
Yeah.
This a vehicle you're still interested in?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Were you looking to finance or pay cash?
I would love to pay cash, but can't do it.
Okay. What kind of payment you were trying to be at monthly for this vehicle?
It doesn't really matter.
It's a fairly cheap
No.
unit, so we shouldn't be paying too much on it. This one's priced at $10,271. Has about 75,000 miles on it. How are you currently getting around right now?
Well, I'm taking the bus.
Taking a bus around? Okay, gotcha. What would you say your credit's like?
Well, that's the problem. I am a victim of identity theft. So before the identity theft happened, my score was 720. And now it's like 600, I think.
This is one of the reasons I check my credit score so often. Probably too often. I'm not so worried about the number itself month to month, but it's to see if anything is popping up that shouldn't be there. I've cut things through my bank, on my credit cards. Everything was easily reversed, it just took time. But with your credit profile, that's a lot harder to fix.
Good news for you is that we do work with Challenge Credit as well.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yes, ma'am. What is it that you do?
I get Social Security benefits. I'm retired. I get almost $3,000 a month.
I just sent you over the credit app and a text message.
Okay.
I can send it to your email as well,
Okay.
so that way you can have it. Just whenever you complete it, shoot me a message
Okay.
back. That way I can start working on it for you, okay?
Okay, great.
All
Thank
right,
you
ma'am.
very much.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. You enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We are definitely going to help her get into this car, so that way she is not taking the bus no more.
At least it's a cheaper car. That'd be a tough situation to be in. Limited income, low credit score from fraud. She's still likely going to get hit with a high interest rate, so the car might not cost that much, but she's going to be paying a lot more than it's worth.
The older I get, I start to realize how many people are in this massive amounts of debt and they just don't seem to care about it. So over Christmas break, my car actually broke down. So I was like, okay, I'm going to buy a new car. So I went on Car Talk on TikTok to see some options for how to buy a used car or buy a new car. And some of you guys, man, like, you're spending way too much on your cars.
For whatever reason, a lot of people are willing to spend a huge portion of their income on a car. They're willing to give up quite a bit just to drive. Every time you make that payment, you're giving up something later on. It's money you should be keeping. Most of us need a vehicle, but it should be the least amount you can spend, not the most you can afford.
My parents taught me growing up that if the monthly payments were anything more than like $300 to $500, you couldn't afford the car. So I don't know what you guys are out here doing. And these are for like Toyotas and Hondas, okay? And I get like 10 years ago, like Toyotas were way cheaper than they are now. It's like a lot more expensive, but $1,000 a month car payment? Are you serious? Bro, and you wonder why you're broke all the time.
A $1,000 car payment will never make sense to me. It really doesn't matter the income, because that can easily change. And sometimes it's completely out of your control. Things happen. But the payment is still there every month. Whether you can afford it or not, the bank still wants its money.
I'm not signing anything, sir, so whatever you say not going to change anything.
If I'm making a deal on your car, why can't you sign a bill of sale?
I will not sign the bill of sale.
Do you want $40,500 for your car?
That's what I agreed for.
How do we solidify this agreement? I send you a contract.
If I would have seen you in person, yes, things are different. If I could come to you, things are different. I respect what you're saying. You respect what I'm saying.
It's not about respecting what we're saying. You're not making any logical sense. We make an agreement.
It's okay then. If we don't understand each other, then I'm not selling mine to you. Then you can buy 100.
A lot of the times in these clips, it's questionable salesmen or predatory lenders. This one's a bit different. It's the customer this time. The bill of sale must be signed, at least here. It's legally required to transfer the ownership.
How did you hear about us? I'm curious.
I heard about you from one of the guys. He's like a brother to me.
So your brother referred you to us, but you won't sign a contract when we make a deal?
But do you want me to tell the whole truth? Like, he said other things too. Do you want me to say it?
What did he say? Sure.
No, don't worry.
Do I sound worried to you? Are you okay?
I don't sign a contract.
So you want to make a deal with no signed contract. How does that make sense?
If anybody show up, I'll give the keys and then the deal done.
I don't know if you have hearing problems.
Go somewhere. Sorry, bye.
Keep your car. We don't want it anyways. You're out of your mind.
You too.
Out of control.
He wants to sell the car but doesn't want to sign the contract. Now, I'm not saying he's a scammer, but why else wouldn't you want to sign the bill of sale? That's the one document that shows the car actually changed hands. Without it, there's nothing to prove the deal even happened. And that would make anyone a little suspicious.
Big myth about money is that everybody thinks everybody else has got it together. And the truth is almost no one does. The Wall Street Journal says 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Try to get a visual for this. In your mind right now where you live on your street, count out 10 houses down the street. You see all 10 of them? 7 of them have too much month left at the end of the money.
There are very few people I know that are doing well financially. Some are in debt, some are just keeping up with their payments. Most aren't getting ahead, they're just getting by. There's one I was just speaking with who bought a new vehicle. Within the last year, a new home and a new car. On an income I know can't afford it.
7 of them are living like they work at Congress. They spend everything they make and then some. They buy cars they can't afford, vacations they can't afford, clothes they can't afford, their kids go to schools they can't afford, and they're running up debt, hand over fist. They're saving nothing in their 401ks or in their retirement, but everything looks good on the outside. In Texas, they call that big hat, no cattle.
A lot of people look like they're doing really well. Nice cars, big homes, vacations. But what you see on the outside doesn't tell you anything about their finances. A lot of that lifestyle is just monthly payments. Loans that stretch out for years. And when the income changes or something unexpected happens, those payments don't go away. That's when some will realize the lifestyle they built was never really theirs to begin with. If you want to see more, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.